Good morning, humans and vampires. Welcome to How I Play the Hunter. I will try to explain the role of the hunter in the game as I've come to understand it. I will also tell you what, in my opinion, are the best weapons, skills, and perks for the class. The hunter. Sounds pretty badass, right? Constantly chasing down vampires and murdering them with his trusty crossbow. But the main role that I found for the hunter was the supporting role. He has the bolas, great for stopping attacking vampires in their tracks, bringing down wall climbing vampires, and even the elusive flying vampires from the sky. When he isn't using his bola, he is using the crossbow, which doesn't actually have that much burst. It's meant to deal sustained damage over a prolonged fight. You might not get that many kills due to the lack of burst, but a hunter actually deals the most damage as long as he hits targets. So, quick recap. You defend your team with bolas and shoot vampires off your teammates. And that's how you win the game as a hunter. Right, different weapons of the hunter. In the video, you can see me using my repeater, which is a fine weapon, it works. However, the best crossbows out right now are the bolt thrower and the multi-bow. Bolt thrower is known for its massive clip size. It can hold close to 50 shots without having to reload. Multi-bow, on the other hand, you can shoot 3 bolts at once, leading to massive damage if you can land all the shots. So it all comes down to the aim. If you can aim, take the multi-bow, deal tons of damage. Otherwise, you'd be better off with the bolt thrower. Q abilities. First off, whip. Totally useless. It makes you do the whole animations, which will get you killed. Bolas, on the other hand, way better. There are 2 you can choose from, and you have to make the choice yourself. Do you want the normal bola, that you can use several times in a long team fight, the kind the hunters are best at? Or do you want the poison bola? Far less chance of using it several times, but it deals a decent amount of damage. I personally swap them out from time to time, depending on the enemy team. But one thing you have to be careful with the bola though, is that if you deal 300 damage to the enemy that you bola'd, the bola will break and he will be free to either climb a wall away or kill you. So be careful. The F abilities. These are a bit more complex and mostly depend on your kind of playstyle. I usually swap between the grenade and the explosive shot. Those are the easiest skills to use. With the grenade, you can either use it offensively, throwing it where you expect the enemy to be, or defensively, throwing it at an ally under attack by a vampire, or throwing it ahead of you, and then running over it and letting the vampire behind you eat it. Explosive shot, on the other hand, is a lot easier to use. You can just keep your aim on the target and then just blast him, dealing some burst, which is great for finishing vampires off. You can even shoot it across the map, stopping vampires from eating your dead bodies, in the off chance that you died, you know. I use a third skill from time to time as well, the blinding shot. I found that it is really good if you're against a team that constantly jumps in and tries to burst you down. It just blinds them and they usually stop in their tracks and try to run away, leaving you enough time to hurt them. Perks don't really affect you in a huge amount, but that extra bit of oomph might just be enough to kill the vampire and leave you alive. These mostly depend on the player and how they want to play the class, but I have found 2 perks that have worked wondrously for me. They would be the increased aim, which works really well with your hit scan crossbow. It'll let you land way more shots. The other one would be increased ammo, which basically gives you a bigger clip and lets you go longer without having to use a health station just to get ammo. Well, that's it for how I play the hunter. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. If you have any tips for the hunter that I missed, feel free to comment those as well.